Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of Can't Wait Wednesdays here on the KB Radio Network. This is the show where we look ahead at upcoming movies and TV shows that we just can't wait for. How are we doing out there today? Has everybody been doing good? Have you enjoyed your Martin Luther King holiday, the weekend? Are you over Christmas and New Year's? I'm still trying to get over that. I haven't really came to grips with 2023 yet. It still haven't dawned on me yet. And this is nothing new. This is every year. Every year, it normally starts to sink in mid February, beginning of March. That's when it really starts to sink in that wait, this is a new year. And now I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm still trying to, wrap my head around getting over the holidays, man. Because during the holidays, me and the family we took a vacation and we went to the Smoky Mountains. Never been to the Smoky Mountains. Always wanted to see the Smoky Mountains. And yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun until we got there. And the reason is because when we got there, uh, our little cabin or condo, whatever it is, we had to go up the mountain. See, I thought we was gonna just be on the level, we in the valley or something in some town. No, we was actually on the mountain, so we had to travel up this road to get up to where we were staying at, and it was snowing. It started snowing as soon as we got there, and yeah, let's just say it wasn't fun. It's going up that road while it was snowing on this little 2-lane highway and no guardrails. It was just panic inducing, anxiety inducing. It was everything that a horror movie is to me. But once we got to where we needed to be, we was fine. The rest of the week we were good. But it was just that initial trip up the mountain where it was like, oh my God, man. Midway up it, we was like, well, I was like, you know what? We need to book a hotel or something that's in town because I don't know if we can do this all week going up in town this road. But you go up it the first time and it was fine. You got over it. I just didn't know this was what it was. But regardless, we enjoyed ourselves. But I'm still trying to get over that trip, over the holidays and everything, and trying to get my bearings together. Get back to a sense of normalcy. And it's been kind of a struggle. And normally I can sit back and go to the movies or watch something on television and you know kind of decompress. But as we all know, January is not the hotbed of film and television. It is it is the dump. It is the trash heap of Hollywood. You really don't get much good quality films, let alone TV shows in January. You normally have to wait till, spring or summer. But it is what it is, you dig? We still have some movies and some TV shows that are coming out, and now they do have my interest. Now, over the past couple of weeks, we've got some gems, some little slick style, good quality content to come out. The Kaleidoscope that was on, what was it? Netflix. Um, you had The Last of Us that's currently on HBO and HBO Max. Megan was released in theaters, which wasn't that bad. Yeah, so we have some sprinkles of some good stuff to come out. But last year it seemed like every week it was something. It was boom, 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 boom. And we're kind of getting back to the way movies and TVs was pre pandemic. But this week is kind of dry, to be 100% honest with you. It's not too much stuff coming out this week that have me just hyped up and ready to break down the movie theater doors to get to my seat. But that's not to say that there aren't some properties that are coming out that I'm not interested in. They have some this week that have my attention. And here are these three properties that really have my attention that are coming out this week. Starting off first with a TV show that is going to be premiering on Netflix this Thursday, January the 19th. And it's a reboot or well, not a reboot, it's more of a sequel series to a show that came out, early 2000s. And it is that 90s show. And this is a sequel series from that 70s show. I was a big fan of that 70s show. I just, on a whim, started watching it like a year or two after it had premiered. It was nothing else on TV. It just didn't appeal to me with the promotional material. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. It looks like something. Let me catch an episode. And I watched it, and it was funny. And check out the other episode, and this is really funny, And I end up going back and watching previous episodes, and I became a huge fan of that show. Really loved it. Had some real talented people come out of that show. You had Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Laura Prepon, Wilmer Vermerana, I believe I'm saying his name right, Kurtwood Smith, and many, many more. Very, very funny show. This go around, we traveled to the 90s. Now, they did have another show, that 80s show that came out after that, after the success of that 90s show, but it didn't last long. I don't even think it lasted a full season. I actually didn't even watch any of that show. I did. It was like, I didn't. I was too invested in that 70s show, and so it didn't last long. I guess everybody else had the same feeling I had. But this go around, starting this Thursday, we're getting that 90s show, and this show centers on Lee Foreman, who is the teenage daughter of Eric, who was portrayed by Topher Grace, and Donna, who was portrayed by Laura Prepon, I'm sorry. And she forms bonds with other teenagers who spend the summer of 1995 with her grandparents, Red and Kenny, who were portrayed in that 70s show by Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rapp. And this looks like just a continuation of that 70s show. And that's all I want to see. I truly enjoyed that show, loved that show. And if it has the same flavor of that 70s show, of course, these are the same creators of that show, writers and directors. So I'm confident that we're going to get that same vibe. And 90s, a teenager in the 90s, even though I wasn't female and I definitely wasn't white, but to have that vibe of the 90s, being a teenager coming up in the 90s, that's me. And so I hope that they capture that in this show. So I'll be looking for that in this show. The original cast will be returning as guest stars. They won't be starring in every episode. It, like I said, is going to center around the daughter of Eric and Donna, but Topher Grace will pop up as a guest star. Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, all of them will be returning in guest spots. So that's a good sign as well. That 90s show will premiere on Netflix this Thursday, January the 19th. Our second can't wait this week is a Korean show, and I've gotten into Korean shows thanks to my daughters who are just K-popped out, you know, to BTS and all. I'm all in on that because that's all I hear in my house all the time when they're home. So, and not to mention when it comes to K dramas and all that. Oh my God, my TV is inundated with South Korean culture, and it is awesome. I love. I guess as I get older, I love diving into other cultures. I love that, and the South Korean culture is fascinating. I really enjoy all the material that comes out of it. I really do. Uh, the Train to Busan and all that. That's when I really started getting into it and really started paying attention to it. The Tower and stuff like that. And these shows that my daughters watch. Granted, it's subtitled, because I'm banned from switching it to English dub. I can't watch it that way. They won't allow me to watch it that way. I have to watch it subtitled, which is fine, but it it does make it feel more authentic that way. And I guess that's what they wanted to show me. But this Friday, January the 20th, we're getting a science fiction film. Um, and it's called Jung-Yi. And the synopsis of this, set in the year 2194, Jung-Yi portrays a dystopian Earth in the 22nd century that no longer is inhabitable due to the climate change, where humans are forced to live in a man-made shelter built for survival. Amid the chaos, an internal war breaks out in the shelter. Victory means the end of the war, now hinged on finding a way to clone the legendary mercenary Jung-Yi into a synthetic robot. It has my curiosity. I love post-apocalyptic films. I love that. I love the cloning aspect, putting it in a robot. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I love K dramas. I love this style of filmmaking. If you haven't watched K dramas or anything from South Korea, I mean, Netflix is just, it has plenty of it on Netflix. Trust me, I know, because of my daughters. But just check out one of those shows or one of those films or something from the South Korean culture. I mean, it is awesome. And I'm excited for this. Jung-Yi premieres on Netflix this Friday, January the 20th. That leads us to our final can't wait this week. I told you, it's not much coming out. It's not much. But this one is a theatrical film which will be released in theaters this Friday, January the 20th. And it is titled Missing. And it is the, I guess you could say, sequel to the 2018 film Searching. That was a sneaky good film. Sneaky good film. I really liked that movie because it was done in a different way. The film Searching was about a man searching for his missing daughter, and it was filmed in a way where it was going through Facebook, and it was told primarily through technology. And it's, like I said, Zoom and Facebook Messenger and stuff like that, and going through text messages. And it was an interesting way to tell that story, and it was really, really good. Well, this is the standalone sequel to that, and it's told in a similar fashion. Missing, um, here's the premise. When her mother disappears while on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, June's search for the answers is hindered by international red tape. Stuck thousands of miles away in Los Angeles, June creatively uses all the latest technology at her fingertips to try and find her mother before it's too late. But as she digs deeper, her digital sleuthing raises more questions than answers. And when June unravels secrets about her mom, she discovers that she never really knew her at all. I am intrigued by this. This looks very, very interesting, especially the aspect of her getting her detective story on, you know what I'm saying? And trying to find out where her mother is. This film stars Storm Reed, shout out, um, and Nia Long plays her mother. I'm excited for this. I love Storm Reed all the way back from A Wrinkle in Time. Even though I didn't care for that movie, I enjoyed her in it. I enjoy her in Utopia, uh, and many other projects that she's popped up in. I really like Storm Reed. And she was in The Invisible Man. I mean, she is becoming a strong actress, and she has to represent because of her last name. You know, we share the same last name, so she has to represent for the Reed clan, even though we're not related, at least that I know of. If we are, what up, cuz? But I don't think that we are. But this film looks interesting. If it's anything like Searching, I'm all in on this because for a film to keep you intrigued and keep you on the edge of your seat, and there's no quote unquote action in it, that takes a very, very skilled filmmaker or filmmakers to make a film of that nature. So Missing will be released in theaters this Friday, January the 20th. So those are your can't waits this week. We have That 90s Show, which premieres on Netflix Thursday, January the 19th. You have Jung-E premiering on Netflix as well this Friday, January the 20th. And also this Friday in theaters, the mystery thriller Missing. So which one are you excited about? Which one you can't wait for? Those are your options this weekend. Let me know. Email the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. Also, look us up on Twitter at KB Radio Network and on other social media platforms. Just look up the KB Radio Network. Don't forget about the 5 stars and the reviews, and also sharing the show on your social media platforms if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all other listening platforms as well. Everybody, thank you for joining me this week on Can't Wait Wednesdays. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, your day, your night, whenever you are listening to the show. Thank you for joining me. As always, I love you. Continue to love one another. And until we speak again, you all be blessed.